I didn't know Hannah was behind it. I got hit up by a producer when it was like in pre-production. It wasn't even sold yet to a network. They just, you know how they say like a large network is already interested, and you're like, okay, which one? And then they won't tell you.
They're like Another Podcast.
They're like Lifetime.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, hey Gabby.
Sup?
Sup? What have you been up to?
Oh, I thought you were imitating me.
Hey, so let's thank Gabby for being here, because she very easily could have slept.
Right.
And we just want to tell the audience that this is going to be tacked on to this episode that you're listening to. But, you know, Gabby is our favorite sea rat. So we thought that we would catch up with Gabby and see where she's going after season 3 of Below Deck Sailing Yacht, the greatest season of Below Deck in franchise history. Unfortunately, Gabby removed herself from what would have been a great rest of the season. But we got Scarlett and Barnaby. So anyways, Gabs, what's going on? You and Wes are getting married?
Oh, no. Sea rats don't get married.
Right.
That's
such a good point.
Yeah, it's really hard to keep these relationships going most of the time, because we have to put our careers first, and if we don't, he has his own boat now, so he's not.
It's hard to drop anchor.
Exactly. Nice. He has his own boat now, so the last thing he wants to do is to get on another super yacht,
right,
and leave his boat unattended. So
sure.
He's doing that. He's doing the Boy Scouts.
What happens if you leave your boat unattended?
A hurricane comes and takes it away.
Really?
Yeah, so you have to move it before hurricane season. So he's doing the Boy Scouts of America right now, and then I decided to just come home and recharge.
And what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
He's doing the Boy Scouts.
I shouldn't have said it that way.
But is he trying to become an Eagle Scout?
He's teaching them how to sail.
Oh, he's teaching.
Oh,
He is an Eagle Scout.
He's the leader?
Scoutmaster.
Scoutmaster? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Which is most likely someone who was an Eagle Scout.
Nick learned how to tie knots and also got fucked in the ass when he was a young boy.
Oh, God, no. Actually.
That's not funny. I don't know why I laughed.
I went into to Bear Cubs, and I didn't have a male leader who wanted to fuck me in the ass at all. In fact, it was Carl Perpich's mom, who was quite the bitch.
I hate when that happens. You feel so left out.
You don't want to rape me?
Huh?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like, Sandra, quit teaching me about art history and
get
fuck my
back
little
there.
asshole.
So
yeah,
anyways.
I earned some badges.
So you're saying Wes has volunteered to enter the tapestry of pedophilia within the Boy Scouts?
Maybe he's just dipping his toes.
Got it.
I think he's just trying to be gainfully employed.
Got it. So fuck Wes, though. What is going on with you?
Me.
Pat said that you have a very big announcement. Wait, what?
It was going to be crass. I held back.
Oh, good.
You
Good
said
for
fuck
you.
Wes. I was going to say she was fucking Wes, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Grown.
Well, that's nice.
So what is Pat said that you have a very large announcement, a sizable
she's moving
one.
somewhere.
Oh, yeah. So my plan was to stay in California the whole summer and just freelance here, which right now, for some reason, there's a ton of work, which is why I'm so tired right now, because there's not a lot of yacht crew, especially in San Diego. There's just not.
Got it.
So I've been working a lot.
The reason there's all this work available is because the government and the powers that be are trying to usher us into a Wall-E-like existence where we're only fed all our necessities by screens, tubes, and something that's probably cooler than
Suppositories.
Bluetooth. So continue to work. Yeah.
So I'm working as much as I can just in case everything goes more to shit.
Right. Which it will.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be on holiday, but there's all this work. I can't say no. I'm a sea rat. We're poors.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, okay, at the end of July, I'm moving to Spain, or like the beginning of August.
Okay.
And just so happened that a friend of mine that used to produce the podcast that I used to host said that I might have like a new partnership with a YouTube channel that is gonna be like, they need like a YouTube rep for this company to go look at yachts and travel around and stuff. So
okay. So you are perilously close to having a real job. Is that what you're saying?
So I have to like kind of live this up while I can.
That's really
Fun.
really
And you
crazy.
have to move to Spain to do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Well, I wanted to anyways. I love it there.
Yeah. So, what part of Spain?
Majorca.
Palma. Yep. Mallorca.
Mallorca.
guessed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But they say it a lot on the shows.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
we do.
My wife Cecilia and I went to just the most lovely Spanish restaurant on Sunset the other night. It was called Bar Maruno, and man, what a vibrant and unique menu. Tinned fish is very important to Spaniards, so they have a lot of sardines, tuna belly, with toast and butter and pickles. Is
Anchovies.
Yeah, just so.
Where on
Hu-
Sunset?
Sunset and
Like in our neighborhood?
yeah, in our neighborhood across the street from Bakery.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just a lovely restaurant. Okay, so you're going to be up in Spain's guts.
Probably still working on yachts if this YouTube thing doesn't pan out, because I
Right.
still have to talk about the logistics, and then I'm in contract and all this stuff. But there's also another show that I've been asked to be a part
Are you
of.
going to get in trouble by saying this?
No, I didn't sign any NDAs. I just can't say which network and what the show's really about. But it has to do with a company I worked with before Below Deck. They got their own show, and they just like want me on it, but they have to work all that out. So there's like
It's not the
stuff-
Love Boat with Hannah Ferrier.
No, but I did get approached for that show.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys
Okay.
see that?
No.
The Hannah Ferrier
Yeah,
is
they said it
producing
was
her own.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know Hannah was behind it. I got hit up by a producer when it was like in pre-production. It wasn't even sold yet to a network. They just, you know how they say like a large network is already interested, and you're like, okay, which one? And then they won't tell
They're
you.
like another
Right.
podcast.
They're like
network.
Lifetime.
Yeah. Right.
It's always bullshit. You
Yeah.
can never tell.
Yeah, I know. And
Adult Swim is ironically playing a Below Deck offshoot at 3 a.m.
I was like, I don't want to do a dating show, because I had already been asked to do Naked Afraid, the dating version.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's one of Pat's favorite shows.
I love it.
Dating naked.
And dating naked, yeah.
I got approached
And I
that-
didn't
that-
want to do that either.
I was in LA for 7 minutes. I just got my weed card late 2014. I went to a open mic on Sunset,
Yeah.
or actually on Melrose. And they approached me. I called home. I was like, they're already asking me to be on TV.
Yeah.
You want me?
Yeah.
But I have my morals. I did not date naked.
Yeah, that was a really weird time. I was getting calls all the time about different shows, and I was like, how do these people find me? I haven't been really that involved in entertainment
Sure.
in years.
Yeah.
Gabby,
Nor
do
was
you
I
have an agent?
pursuing it. No, I need one. Help.
Wow. I'm shocked that Bravo probably fights people off, because you think CA would like go, all right, the entire cast of Below Deck this season, let's just grab them all.
Sure, it'd have to be a bulk buy, because I don't think CAA is too interested in plucking individual sea rats off the show.
Oh,
but
they are. They would do it. Well, obviously they aren't, but if they did, they'd go, all right, let's grab those Bravo contracts. Must be so like foolproof that they're like, there's no money here, because they'd love to grab you and 4 other people and go, let's see if we can negotiate a spinoff.
Sure, yeah.
Well, only the stars of the shows get that type of treatment. And also, I heard through the grapevine that most of them use the same agent.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's
oh,
what
yeah.
I was talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Lori, for The Bachelor, Below Deck is becoming like Bachelor Nation in like there's so many of you, there's so many seasons, success in your own right once you leave the show, but there are people who make a whole industry out of like leeching off you guys. Lori Kay is a really good one. She represents so many of the Bachelor Nation stars. We could be them for the Below Deck.
Lori K.
Lori Kay Publications.
Interesting.
Yeah, she kills it.
Gabby, I have
we
some-
follow each other.
I have some questions
We have
for
an
you,
open dialogue.
and I don't think we'll get in trouble with Bravo PR, because we're not talking about the show, actually. I always wanted to be a reality TV star. Open confession. I almost got a show pulled off 8 years ago. It didn't happen. But my dream was always like going into a bar or restaurant, being with my friends, and then someone recognizing me. Did you get to experience that? Like, have people recognize you in San Diego?
Yeah, and I felt kind of felt attacked when Dylan was like, or you, I think.
Me?
Somebody said, oh yeah, you do the show just so you can get recognized at like the airport for like, and I was like,
That sounds like Pat probably
Yeah.
said that,
Hell
considering
no.
that's
You
why.
did.
I would not say that.
you totally did, because and I was like, I feel attacked because I mostly get recognized on airplanes or the airport when I don't want to talk to people.
Right.
I look like shit
It's
when I
never at a
travel.
party where you're like, I'm ready to meet people. It's always like, I'm fucking tired. And then someone walks up and you're like, hey, were you on that show? It's like, I'm trying to eat a fucking bagel.
Yeah, I don't mind the people that say, like, San Diegans, the boring little town, like they don't, I feel like they don't get that impressed, right? Like, they're like, whatever. In San Diego, it's like, are you the girl from Bravo, or are you the girl from Below Deck? And it's like, yeah. They're like, cool, and then walk away.
Right.
But then, like,
they have fish tacos to go eat.
In St. Thomas, it was like, let's take pictures, asking super personal questions, and like wanting like all the
like
back
what?
They
BTS,
sound like a podcast.
just like all the BTS stuff that I'm not allowed to even speak about anyways. And
Right.
I'm just like, who do you think you are, and
Yeah.
why do you think I would give you this information?
Yeah.
You're,
Yeah, they-
you're
well,
not Patrick.
They might be from Project Veritas. They're gonna liquor you up and then fucking spill all your secrets about.
Well, you
Bravo.
Probably.
Gabby,
Sure.
as a
I wanna
friend of
be
the show,
that.
you secretly got to live out my dreams. You know, I to see you get to be able to do that. It seems like really fun.
Well, now that this is all like finally done, pretty much, and I'm out on the other side, like not out of the closet or anything, just like, okay, I made it through. I'm in a way better place than I was during filming and in the beginning of airing. And I'm like, okay, that wasn't so bad. But then I thought about like the journey, and I'm like, I think I was made for TV. But also I was like, well, what does that say about me though? I was like, I was made for reality TV because when I lived here, I did a pilot for a different show. It was supposed to be like Vanderpump Rules, but then it
Working
didn't
at a
get
bar.
picked. It didn't get picked up for whatever reason. But I should show it to you guys one day. It's really embarrassing, but I'm like hilarious.
The pilot. Well, you kind of nailed. I mean, you made it happen, Gabby. You went after it. You chased it. You got on it. And Bravo, like if you really think about it, like especially the Below Deck franchise, Nick, you touched on it. It's like it's fucking huge. It's huge. It's
There's
one of
There's gonna be a 5th spinoff in the fall, which I'm convinced Malia is gonna be the captain of.
Below Deck on land.
Oh, yeah.
So while we've got you, I just want to ask a couple quick Below Deck related questions.
Before we move on to those, I really want to hone in on Pat's dream of just being
I
recognized
just
in
wanted
public.
to cut it completely.
Oh no, we have to talk about it more. I feel like that is the downside of the money is what I want from the fame.
I'm talking about a much younger self.
Okay, yeah.
All right, I was in my 30s or early 30s, and all I wanted to do was be on TV because I was just chasing girls and wanting to impress the people I went to high school with. That's where my mindset was then.
Fair enough.
It's kind of cool when like it always happens when I'm out with like a friend or a family member, and they're like, "Do you get recognized all the time?" I'm like, "No," and then 2 seconds later, someone's like, "Oh my God, Gabriela." And then I'm like, and then their eyes light up and they're like, oh, they recognize you. And that's, in that sense, I'm like, okay, I guess it's kind of
And
cool.
you're not trapped in a box. Imagine being like, I don't know, Robert Downey Jr. Like, he can't go out to a fucking restaurant. You got like a little.
And it's terrifying. It's terrifying, Pat, because the paranoia is like out of control. I've been having like stalker weirdos lately.
DMs.
I'm sorry. I'll ease up.
Can you please? How many accounts are you gonna
Lose her
make?
number, dude.
That ban this account and all accounts they may make doesn't work.
That
I
does
keep
not
finding
work.
You.
No,
So
I know.
Gabby, it's not dick pics you're probably being sent. It's more like, will you?
I've got a couple.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, but it's more like the scary things, like scary men, creepy people, just the paranoia. Like if I do go out with my friends and decide to have a big night, I'm like, fuck, is someone gonna see me out acting a fool and then record
Video
it
you,
and then post it in another Below Deck podcast group on Facebook?
Interesting.
But like,
And they would.
but then I'll take it out to its natural conclusion. Who gives a fuck?
Well,
Right.
she does. Like,
But
Yeah, especially because you guys know how I liked to drink too much.
Yeah,
so now that's always on my mind. Like, well, at least
You're a
I
C-rat.
have something holding me accountable, I guess.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
You know, that's interesting you say that, especially because I'd love to see you on the show again. I feel like you haven't. I think there's an opportunity there where you come back and it'd be really fun. But yeah, if you go out and you do something stupid and someone films it, or you get in a fight with somebody, bro, I was like, oh, that's too much for us, you know?
I get.
I mean, Kate did go to jail for biting her girlfriend's ear off.
That's true.
Oh,
That's
she's
true.
Teflon Don. Queen
and I
of
get
the sea.
how
That's
the
true.
anxiety is real. That may happen, but then once it if it does, then just what's the if you just talk yourself through it, like what's the downside of this? Oh, it's like a little embarrassing. I don't give a fuck about these people. You're like, I don't know. You'll be fine.
Well, yeah, I'm sure I'll get over that. But, I'm still...
But if you black out at idle hour, I'm definitely filming it and posting it on Facebook.
Yeah.
But you definitely didn't do that when we blacked out at That one bar you took me to the first time.
It was super fun. What was it called? Employees only.
Employees only. Yeah. All right. So let's wrap up with a couple show-related questions.
I just want to say this, Dylan, right before we get to those. I love the bookend because we started off the season of yachting with Gabriela being a Facebook friend.
She was a plant.
Yeah. And then we had a wonderful interview with her where she was really candid. We had fun. We knew you were on the show, obviously.
Oh, so
you endeared herself to your audience.
And then we had a really fun season and feel connected with you and the show. And now it's, before you go off on your next journey to Spain, we get to go out and have drinks with you, on your last night.
So
really
what
cool.
did you feel about that
Thank you.
that backstabbing bitch Ashley when she when I don't know if we asked you about this, but what came over you when you confided in her? Because that seems like a really dumb idea.
She answered it. She didn't know how much she was backstabbing her.
We did ask her that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
also, maybe now looking back, I'm like, maybe I was self-sabotaging myself because I knew she would tell her, and I was so defeated. I just wanted to find a reason to get out of there.
Okay, I forgive me for asking a repeat question. Okay, second question. I don't think that people really realized how bad of a knock you took in that pool.
With the knee, Daisy's knee.
When
Rudy Giuliani is the only one that can empathize.
Someone was arrested.
Exactly. So when we watched it, it was like, oh wow, she took a knee to the face. But then when it was replayed on the reunion, I was like, holy shit, that was. I would have. It looked like it could have broken your nose.
Well, yeah. Totally.
Were you concussed?
I was at that point. I was too drunk. We had been drinking since 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Didn't really eat till 9 p.m.
Right. Zero.
So yeah, we were pretty messed up. So when you get hurt when you're drunk, it doesn't hurt as bad because you're more limber.
Right.
But I think I just got annoyed because no one was like, "Oops, sorry," and then I was told I was a fucking problem.
Right.
I was like, "Oh, I'll show you a problem."
Right.
But I thought about it later. I did beat myself up a lot. I think took too much responsibility for other people's bullshit.
Sure.
But then I thought back about Chef Adam when he punched Wes in the face. When he was fighting over Malia, Ashton nearly beating out the window of a car. I'm like, you know what? I've seen people do way worse shit on the show. Yep. So, you know what? It is what it is.
Absolutely fine.
And Ashton's like life coaching, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, he's teaching people how to hate women as much as he does.
Gabby, I'll say as far as your run, I mean, I can't imagine you getting any hate. There's always hate because it's the internet and someone has favorites and whatever. But I think you had a great run. And I think your exit, a lot of people related to it. You're like, everyone's had a job where you're like, this is too much for me. I'm out of here.
I also was incredibly impressed by your ability to keep the high road on the reunion when there's a myriad opportunity to fucking call Ashley a big skank.
Right.
But you were like, you did not take the bait.
First, crippling anxiety, first of all, which I think was a blessing in disguise because it kept me fucking chill.
Yeah.
Also, I think
anxiety will do that.
Not only did I take the high road on the show when I left and explained myself eloquently and it made sense.
Right.
This year, trying to keep my shit together. I know when the last couple times you guys saw me, I was wasted. I was still working through it. Yeah. Because your journey to self-improvement is like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
ebbs and flows.
I'm really surprised with all the interviews and podcasts I've done. I haven't really just completely become unhinged.
Yeah.
And I'm at the finish line now, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I did a pretty good job.
You made it through the storm.
Yeah.
Last question: were you satiated with, let me rephrase.
I have a final question.
Okay. Penultimate question: did you text Gary to ask Daisy about Ashley being subversive and a problem for you?
Did I ever text them to
It was a slap. Well, let me take this again.
What? That was convoluted.
Very. Very.
Confused.
Penultimate question. Did you text Gary to ask Daisy about Ashley constantly undermining you?
No.
No.
Was that shown? Was that a big thing?
No. To ask Gary, to ask Daisy why Ashley was...
because you could see it. You see where I'm going with this hilarious bit. You're like, hey, Gary, I don't want to ask her, but can you ask? Hey, what was the deal with Ashley constantly undermining? Bring it up.
Honestly, I've learned in working with reality TV stars that even if you directly ask them a question to their face, they're not going to tell you the truth anyways.
Right.
I did, however, text Gary after episode 11 or whatever that was. And I
After
was
you were
like,
gone?
whoa, that's crazy. Are you good? Like, how are you feeling about this? Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, after he was raped.
No response. And then I've heard on like the Pita Party podcast that he was unfollowing me and we're not friends. I was like, what? Since when? I just saw him in February. Last time I came and saw you guys, I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't care.
And we all know Pita Party is Natasha, Daisy.
Or it's Allie. It's Allie,
Allie.
Daisy,
Okay.
and whatever. Who cares?
I believe
But yeah,
Natasha.
so like throughout this whole process, I've been finding out via other avenues about people blocking me or unfollowing me or whatever. And I've stopped trying to figure it out. I just got to a point where I just don't care anymore.
I think, Gabby, this is that zone where everybody's trying to hedge their bets and limit their liability. So it's not real friendships. It's more like, how do I get on next season and how do I not like fuck this up?
Yeah, but like it's just bizarre. Like if someone's like, "We're cool, everything's great," I'm like, "Okay, cool." It's not like I text and call all the time and actually try to build a friendship.
Sure.
But then I hear, I mean, Marcos texted me or DM'd me right after the reunion, like, "Hey, everything's cool. Congratulations for you and Wes. Like when you guys are in LA, please come into the restaurant."
Sure.
And you know, water under the bridge. I'm like, "Yeah, I have no problems with you. It's
Well,
all good." But then he blocked
Marcos-
me
Yeah. Oh, he did block you.
right after that. So
Oh,
I'm
sick.
like, I'm fucking clueless, and
Wow.
I'm just done caring or trying to figure
Well,
it
we
out.
won't block you, Gabby.
Final
Sure.
question from real Nicholas Davis.
When you arrive at the pearly gates
Yes.
and you speak
Oh,
to
you
God,
asked me this before.
Guys, jump in the iTunes ratings and reviews. Leave 5 stars, kind words.
Let's go get some drinks.
Gabby,
Yes.
thanks for showing up. Thanks for a great half a season, and we wish you well on your
come on,
future
3/4
endeavors.
of a season.
All right, that's it for us.
Thank
Join us
you.
on Patreon. We love you. I'm
Bye,
Dylan
guys.
saying goodbye. Nick, say goodbye.
goodbye.
Pat, say goodbye.
Permission to get the fuck off this boat.
Gabby,
Bye, motherfuckers. Thanks for having me.